Well, hello there, YouTube fam, and today Insta fam as well. It's just a joyous joint family occasion. What can I say? If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, a very warm welcome to you. So glad you've joined us. I'd love for you to be part of my YouTube family as well, so go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can get regular notifications. Hit the bell sign as well. Every time great videos and live streams like this one are out, you'll know. Well, this is episode 6 of Lockdown Lowdown. I'm so excited and I'm so honored to have as my very special guest today, Mr. Emmanuel Joseph. Hi there, Emmanuel.
Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Bev. It's great to be here, and I'm really happy and excited for this. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and inviting me over. It's great. It's great. I'm feeling
No,
awesome here.
not at all. It's such an honor to have you. And guys, Emmanuel isn't just an exceptional rapper, he's also an amazing songwriter and a really talented motivational speaker. He's the founder of JVC, which stands for Joseph Brothers and Crew. They are part of the wider JAAGO team, the awesome music team, who have just this amazing heart for reaching not just India, but the whole world, right? The entire globe
Yeah.
for the gospel, which is awesome. And we'll be talking more about that today. But really, for those who this might be your first time hearing about JVC, Emmanuel, and the JAAGO team, I would love for you to have the great pleasure of hearing some of their music. So, Emmanuel, we'll just do a quick mashup of your songs now, so you guys can kind of just familiarize with it a little bit. So, we'll watch that now. Go. And we'll have it up here. Technology, eh, guys? So let's get this set up. Is it playing? No, it's
Yeah, no problem.
not. Let's go back to this. Right, we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so we're back here now. I'm just going to make sure that this capture is correct and it updates. But Emmanuel, while I'm doing the tech side of things, I really want to talk a little bit more about how you pioneered Christian rap in India and how you got into rap music in the first place and some of the challenges behind that. So you get the ball running and tell us a bit more about that while I just sort out all the technicalities to get the mashup up, please.
No, no problem. No problem. Yeah. I would not say, I would just not say that I have pioneered the Christian rap scene entirely, but I feel there have been guys who were working on their rap music and they wanted to do something for the Lord and they were writing hip hop songs or Christian rap tracks, but nobody, by God's grace, nobody was not able, nobody was having that level of exposure back at that time because there was no big social media, YouTube was not even big, and and that time, a lot of people were trying. So I still feel there are 1,000 rappers in India who are writing and doing something for the Lord, and maybe a good rhymer, a good rapper, a good artist, but haven't got exposure yet. So in back in 2014, 13, when there was nothing like Christian rap going on in India, God was gracious enough to give us songs, music, and production, and people and a platform all at the right time. It all worked out for us. And I feel that God has got special seasons for people. I believe this. And 2014 was a season for us. And initially it was very hard because nobody in the mainstream was like doing proper gospel rap. And church, it was like an alien music for the church.
Yeah.
And gospel rap was like nobody was into gospel rap, and they thought that rap is completely coming from the secular dominated industry, and they're trying to mix it with the church. What are you guys doing? And this is not going to help you guys. A lot of people are against it. And if you go back into the songs way back in 2015, 16, a lot of comments even on my YouTube and on my Instagram were really negative and really harsh. But I would just say one thing that if God has made you, He has spent some time making you, I feel. And it's written that if he has wonderfully made you. The only thing is that when he makes something wonderful, he takes time and he thinks about it. And when he was making you and he's thinking about you, he knew this that whatever he is making is unique.
Yeah.
So whatever you carry as a youngster, whatever you carry as a young boy, a young girl, or a teenager, just believe in yourself and know that you are unique.
Wow.
No, it doesn't even matter how much people understand you, doesn't even matter how much people relate to you, doesn't even matter how much people will support you. But what matters the most is that you are unique and you need to believe in yourself first. And you need to know that God is with you. And the skill and the talent that God has given you is from Him.
Amen.
So that was one very clear in my head that I'm not doing this for the people. I'm not doing this for people. So why even if they don't like it and even if they're not supporting me, why should I stop? Why should I stop? Now my approach has changed and I'm like, okay, we need to serve the body of Christ. We need to serve the church and we need to serve our young generation. But back then, I used to get so discouraged. I used to cry badly and
Oh.
go to my mentor and say, why people are doing like this? Why are they commenting like this? And then he told me one thing. I just want to tell you one thing, Emmanuel. People often misunderstood those who are ahead of their season and their time.
Yeah. That's
So in
amazing.
2014 and 15, when we were doing gospel rap and Christian rap, there were people having no idea what this was happening. But 6 years down the line, you see now Bollywood going big on rap and Gully Boy coming into
Exactly.
picture.
We also, well, most of
They
us,
are
I'm sure,
rap.
have seen Gully Boy.
There are so many rap. Now every street that you will go in India, you will find rappers.
Wow.
There are rappers almost everywhere. I'm not talking about the big cities. I'm talking about the small cities.
Wow.
The cities which are not even metropolitan, they are having rappers all around. And hip hop is
Gosh.
getting like a huge culture. And
Amazing.
I just feel the 6 years back, God really used us and gave us something which we could start and do, and only for His glory and to lift up His name. Yeah.
Cool. And Emmanuel, going back to what you said earlier about how we're all unique, it says in the Bible that we are wonderfully and fearfully made. And on that point as well, just bearing in mind, you know, the the stone that the builders rejected, our Lord Jesus, he became the cornerstone. So just to reiterate what you said, that for everyone listening, you know, he has placed you in this world with your own set of unique gifts, so use them. And you know, if you get backlash, you get backlash, but in the long
Come
run,
on.
like people, you know, they turn around. So many opinions, I'm sure Emmanuel got turned around, and it's just sometimes it's a new thing, so they're not really so used to it needs to grow on them.
Right. And I believe that every created thing, everything that is beautiful, everything which is an art, I believe it's from heaven. It's just a matter of time where sons and daughters of the living God can just go and redeem it back. I tell you, every creativity, like you even know in the West, all big artists, all biggies were once a part of the church. But the church could not understand the talent. The church could not comprehend where they were heading because they were so ahead of their time and their season. And I feel every sort of music. I don't know even what sort of talent you have or what kind of artist you are if you're listening here. But even if you are a dancer, even if you're a poet, even if you're a blogger, even if you are a spoken word artist, even if you're just a writer, an author, Bible has given no set of rules that only by singing you can worship God. There is no such rule as that. And only when you pick up a guitar and lead into worship, that's called worship. So no matter what you do, even if you are working in a restaurant, you can work God through you can worship God through your work. So I would just
Absolutely.
say that we all are worshippers and worship is a lifestyle and we need to live in it. So we need to first get this fact clear that there is no definition of true worship.
That's awesome. Thanks, Emmanuel. I think we've got the mashup set up now, so God willing, this is going to go
Awesome.
smoothly. Let's give this a shot. Okay.
Awesome.
Needs to change is me. This is my prayer. Change my heart, oh God. बदल मेरे दिल को बनूं मैं गवाह जिंदगी से मेरी अपनी ज्योति को फैला मुझे अपने जैसा प्रभु तू बना, मेरे पत्थर जैसे दिल को तू ही गला, बदल मेरे दिल को बनूं मैं गवाह, जिंदगी से मेरी अपनी ज्योति को फैला। मुझे अपने जैसा प्रभु तू बना, मेरे पत्थर जैसे दिल को तू ही गला। हुए 5 साल पूरे तेरे पास आए, वो एहसास ही खास था जो मुझे रास आए, बेचैनी की रातें अब ना मुझे सांस आए, प्रभु तूने ही कहा मुझे दबे तेरे पास आए, तो आया हूँ दर पे लेके तेरे ये सवाल तू नहीं चल पा रहा हूँ मैं तेरे जैसी चाल, तेरे पीछे चलना चाहूँ तू भूल मेरे साल, आत्मा करना चाहती पर ये शरीर बदहाल। दोस्तों यारों के लिए मेरे पास कोई तक नहीं, मेरे गाने लगते बेकार, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं, तेरी वजह से जिंदा हूँ आज, इसमें कोई शक नहीं, बीच में तेरे मेरे आने का किसी को हक नहीं। सर्दियाँ मैं मजदूर के कम रात में देखा बस पड़ेगी खत्म, समझ दुनिया पर कोई नहीं कम, तो उसके लिए अब सर्दी का लाभ, हारने का डर मुझे रोक नहीं पाएगा, मुझे लेने बादलों पे तू जल्दी आएगा। बस एक बार बस एक बार करने खुदा से तू सच्चा प्यार, बस एक बार बस एक बार करने खुदा से तू सच्चा प्यार। ये सच में नहीं आया बाकी रैपर से हटके, listen to me carefully अपना भाई समझ के, just सुनो मेरी हर एक लाइन जो अब आ रही है, उस लाइन तो आपको मेरी सता रही है। इश्क कुछ प्यार से चलता दिन दो चार, देखो आशिकी को ताकि जिसका प्यार बेशुमार, ट्रैवलिंग क्लब सेक्स एंड लेट नाइट पार्टी, मृत्यु कम नशा है फिर ये जीवन की बर्बादी, दुनिया बाकी लगने लगती किसी भाई के साथ घूम के, पापों में पड़े निकाला था उसने चूम के, डुअल लाइफ के पीछे तेरा असली चेहरा छिपता, नामों पैसों से ईश्वर का लाइसेंस नहीं मिलता, जाके देखो यीशु को सिर्फ देखते रह जाओगे, ट्विटर व्हाट्सएप फेसबुक पे सबको बताओ, खुदा आने में ठहरा तो अगली बार भी मिलकर गाएंगे, सोते हुए देश को मिलके जगाएंगे। बस एक बार बस एक बार करने खुदा से तू सच्चा प्यार, बस एक बार बस एक बार करने खुदा से तू सच्चा प्यार, बस एक बार बस एक बार करने खुदा से तू सच्चा प्यार, बस एक बार बस एक बार। माफ कर दे अपने बेटे को, माफ कर दे अपने बेटे को, हर पल तेरे साथ पर एक पल नहीं है देरी को, माफ कर दे अपने बेटे को, माफ कर दे अपने बेटे को, माफ कर दे अपने बेटे को, हर पल तेरे साथ पर एक पल नहीं है देरी को। आज मैं रो रहा हो रहा जीते जी मैं सो रहा, अपनी गंदगी को अपने आंसुओं से धो रहा, दोस्तों की भीड़ में मैं सिर्फ अकेला हो रहा, मिलेगा फल कैसे जब मैं कांटे ही तो बो रहा, छोटा भाई सा चल रहा है, म्यूजिक सीन बदल रहा है, नाम अपना बन रहा है, हर सिटी में चल रहा है, जेबीसी की एंट्री पे शोर कैसा बढ़ रहा है, क्या फायदा इन सब से जब बेटा बाप से बिछड़ रहा है, आज भी टेम्प्ट होता फैंस सेल्फी लेने आए, ये गुस्सा ताकत जलन मुझे आज भी सताए, ये नौकरी जॉब पैसा मुझे हर रात रुलाए, मोबाइल स्क्रीन से मेरी हर रात बात खटखटाए, मैं बातें तेरी करता तुझसे बातें नहीं करता हूँ, मैं इतना कमजोर हूँ तेरे पास आने से डरता हूँ, तू ही ना हो साथ तो मैं किसके लिए करता हूँ, स्टेज लाइट्स नाम तेरे चरणों पे ही रखता हूँ, सिर्फ तू ही है बस तू ही था, हाँ तू ही है, सिर्फ तू ही है, सिर्फ तू ही है, बस तू ही था, बस तू ही तो रहेगा, तू ही है प्रभु, तू ही है मसीह, तू ही है मेरा जिंदा खुदा, तू ही है प्रभु, तू ही है मसीह, तू ही है मेरा सारा जहां। Yeah, he's coming. My king is coming. यीशु आने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, जो रखे ईमान उसके कलाम पे उनको संग ले जाने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, जो रखे ईमान उसके कलाम पे उनको संग ले जाने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, जो रखे ईमान उसके कलाम पे उनको संग ले जाने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, जो रखे ईमान उसके कलाम पे उनको संग आने वाला। तू कौन बताएगा, तैयारी अब कौन कराएगा, जब सोचेगा ना कोई मनुष्य का पुत्र तभी तो आएगा, अच्छे काम का तू ही तो आरंभ, तेरी है सृष्टि तू ही है प्रारंभ, आखिर तक कौन रहेगा, तू करता शुरू तू अंत करेगा, अंत निकट सब करो प्रार्थना, सचेत हो ना करो वासना, विश्वास में बने रहो उसका काम प्रतिफल बांटना, बादलों पे आने वाला हमको संग ले जाने वाला, सारी आंखें देखेंगी पिता के संग बैठाने वाला, यीशु आने वाला, यीशु आने वाला जो रखे ईमान उसके कलाम पे उनको सुन ले जाने वाला.
Awesome stuff. Let's turn this camera around. Here we go. I am the camera lady, the everything. So here we go. Awesome. Well, just big hats off. Let's just sort this stuff out here. Getting a bit of an echo. Perfect, it's gone now. Excellent. This is the beauty of being live, guys. You just got to embrace it. A big hats off to you, Emmanuel, to JVC, the JAAGO team. Beautiful stuff. Thank you so much for that. Such powerful music, such powerful lyrics. Guys, comment. Let us know what you thought of the music. Awesome stuff.
My sister is here from Mumbai. Rachel Francis, you should just check her out someday, Bev. She is like the mother of the worship scene in India right now,
Hi,
and
Rachel.
she is yeah, Rachel. She is like my best friend, my elder sister, and I call her mom also. So that kind of bond we have, and she is really, really powerful. She's really powerful, and she's mentoring so many girls, and what she's doing for women and kids all around India is something very special. Her testimony is very powerful, and
Wow.
you should just connect with her. She's really,
For
really
sure.
great.
I'm looking forward to checking out more of her stuff. I know you mentioned her before as well, so definitely, yeah, awesome. And so glad that Rachel could join us today as well. So, Emmanuel, tell us more about how you got into rap music. Firstly, just I noticed there you have a really good singing voice as well. I think that kind of maybe gets hidden in the background a little bit, but if you guys think that Emmanuel can actually hold quite a good note there, comment and let us know. So that's one thing I picked up on. Also, of course, we know that you have a great way with words. So tell us a little bit about that, your talent, just like your way with words and how you find yourself writing and so forth. And also tell us a little bit about how you got into the rap scene. And then tell us your testimony, because I think that's really, really powerful, and a lot of us would love to hear it.
Okay, yeah, I would just tell you this that I think I was just 14 and 15, to be honest. I was class ninth and 8th. When was the time where I was participating in my inter-house music competition in the school, and there were singers all over, and I just remember that was in class 8. So yeah, to be precise, I was 14. Okay, and so this kid, my partner, they came up to me and they said that we're doing a duet number, but there is some fast part in which he's speaking very fast. I'm not able to learn it. Can you help me and learn it? And if you can learn it, then we can go for a duet. And that song was by Linkin Park. I don't know if you
Oh
have heard
yeah,
it.
of course, Linkin Park. They dominated the world like in the early noughties. Really heavy
Oh,
metally kind of
so
stuff
yeah.
even.
Yeah, they were more of a rap rock kind of team genre. And the song was called "In the End," and
Yeah,
he,
I
he
know
came to
Linkin
me
Park.
and by Chester Bennington and Mike Shinoda, and he came to me and gave me the rap part. I said, "Okay, it's just flowing with words, not so difficult. Give me." And I took just 7 hours, and and the entire thing was ready. And I just said, "Okay, I can maybe try and rap." But then when I was rapping, I was lacking with the delivery and tone. But still, my school kids were shocked, and they were like, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" So that's like okay, that's like 14 years back when there was nothing as rap in India, and that was the first song I ever heard. And after that, I said, okay, what is this thing that they're doing with words? Because I'm a person, even if I listen to songs, more than the melody, words hit me.
Me
So I
too.
really go for lyrics. I really go for lyrics, okay? So I went back and I started checking all these songs, and then, but someone in the school said, okay, they are doing the rap. So I only know, okay, this is something known as rap, okay? So I went back, and those times we did not have systems, and systems here were a big deal. If you have your own system in the house, it was a big deal. Only the cool kids used to have it. So I went to the cyber cafe, asked for 20 rupees from mom. I said, Mom, you could go to the cyber cafe. And Orkut was very much in that days. So I went to this cyber cafe and I told them that I want to go and check some music. And said, do you want to chat on Orkut? I said, no, 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 no. They said, I want to check music. Then I researched on Linkin Park, and then I came to know, okay, they are just doing one part of rap, and then there is hip hop on a bigger section. But and that time, Jay Z and Nas and Kanye West, they were blowing up big time. And I did not know any gospel rapper back then, so my first influence were Tupac and Biggie and Nas and Jay Z and all these guys,
Mace?
Eminem and
Did you ever get into Mace?
sorry.
Mace? Did you ever, like, Mace was quite dominant during that time as well. Did you ever hear any of his music?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, and I
That's
was
true story.
and and I was just listening to them, and I had no clue what they were saying. But I was like, okay. I said, okay, I think I can do this. And then for first 2 3 years in my life, I was just trying to rap in English and cover them. And then so when I feel, and that's then till class 12th, I was just like a cover rapper, covering all the raps, and had no interest in writing, to be honest. But while I was in class 12th, I met this one girl. She was like a missionary. She was in India right now. I think she's in Bethel, and she came to India and she was in a camp and we met there and we saw we and I performed there at that camp and she told me let's do a song together. And then we did a song, and that song I think it's still on YouTube 9 10 years back. And we did a song called His Love.
Okay.
So, and that was the first time when I wrote my first rap in class 12, and I think it was 17 18. And after 12, I got saved, and then the break was from 17 till 21,
Okay.
no music at all, because that was my the spoiled period. I was really struggling that time. Then 21 directly when I met my mentors, and they encouraged me and they pushed me, and I was trying to do it in English. And at the same time, these guys, Divine and Nazi in India, were blowing up badly. Like they were just at actually they blown up. They were going big in 2015 and 14, and I started writing in 2014.
Okay.
The time was so close. So I was listening to them, and I was like, Vaya, what are they doing? And she was like, why don't you try Hindi? You're from North, Hindi is your strength. Why are you not writing something happening? And I said, okay, let me try. And I would say the only strength that I had always, that I come from Lucknow, and where Urdu and Hindi are very dominant. And I was not a very good student in Hindi, but we read Hindi Bible for our devotions.
Okay.
So Hindi Bible is like, I would say it's like a treasure for vocabulary. If you can just mug up the Hindi Bible, you can take on any rapper. I feel you can take on any rapper when it comes to lyricism. Okay, and I started studying the Hindi Bible more frequently and trying to find out words and everything. And it got really interesting for me after some time. I started writing, and then I wrote my first song, Samartha. It's like a song with Sheldon Bangera, my mentor. The first song we did was in 2014 together. It was a collab. At that time, it just blew up, and people started loving it, and people are loving rap, and said, okay, they can be rap for Jesus. They can be rap without drugs. They can be rap without cussing. They can be rap without alcohol. They can be rap. It's possible. So that was the scene, and that's how I started. I would say, yeah.
Awesome. So interesting. So starting off with Linkin Park and then diversifying, and then you mentioned your mentor there, Sheldon, and he was a major influence, and I think a big part of your testimony as well. So yeah, let's move on a
Right.
little bit more about, like, just that maybe tell us, like, what was the time, because, like, I know that there are different times in our life that we feel called by the Lord, or we really feel this tug in our hearts. And tell us a little bit more about that for you and in your life.
Yeah. So, and all this time I was struggling, and while I was trying to work on my music, and it was the time when I got saved actually. But there was a dark phase before that, and that phase started when I was in class 11, around 17 and 16, and went up till my BCom first year. The year 2014 when God saved me. So from 2010 till 2014 was like a bad phase for me. And I grew up in a Christian family. My dad is a pastor. My mom is a worship leader, and we have like a huge congregation here in Lucknow. And God is using them mightily from last 26 years, 27 years, because and the name of the church is also Emmanuel Assemblies of God Church.
Awesome.
So, but even even after all of that, I lost my track when I was in class 10th, and because of the friend circle here and the kind of area that I live in, and the domination of the majority of people who live in here, I feel that people just don't become bad in one day. People just don't lose their track in one day. They are molded in a special way. I feel they are pushed in a direction by the atmosphere that they live in. So the people around me, my friends around me, and the influence was very bad on me. And I started hanging out with them, going out with them, spending time with them, and I was trying to find my identity with them. And I always tell this when I talk to kids that I was suffering with two things: lack of attention and lack of identity and lack of acceptance at the same time. And I was actually born inside the church. I was like, okay, people don't understand. I know people know me here. I'm a pastor's kid. I can sing. I know the word. I know psalms. I do everything. But so there is no charm here. The charm is there outside, and people notice you, and girls notice you, and they know you. And all these cool boys who come after school in big cars, and they smoke and they drink. And I was like, okay, I just want to be like them. I just want to be cool. And that pursuit of acceptance, that pursuit of worldly shallow acceptance took me there. And within the span of few months and few years, I had like multiple police cases on me. I was named in one of the top criminals of my area, and I had multiple cases on the police station. Went behind the bars and lost my track completely, and did everything wrong that is possible. I just always say this whenever I'm inside the church. I tell them that I can be the worst pastor's kid ever born. You can't find a pastor's kid with 6, 7 police cases on him. Go and find one. Tell me that. And if you find one, if you don't find one, then believe that Jesus is for him. Because if Jesus can change me, Jesus can change anybody. So that was one challenge, and I was completely losing my track, and daylight got just worse. And at one point of time, it was the month of July, and where I was in the lockup. And you know what was the date? It's not. It's not today. It's 27th July.
Wow. So it's almost
27th
like your anniversary soon.
27th July. 27th July was the last time. 27th night I gave my life to the Lord. Understanding the fact, I would not even say that I gave my life on 27th night, but it was a divine intervention that night where God spoke to me and told me, because 26th tomorrow I was behind the bars getting third degree torture. That was 26th July. 27th, when I came back, then 27th night, my mom prayed for me and told me, now, so there is hope for you. When I wanted to commit suicide, I wanted to finish myself. I had no hope to live. And I wanted to just give up on life because I was betrayed by people I was working for and working with. And and the torture was terrible for me. And the torture was terrible. And like, I will tell you one more thing, that my mom and my dad, they never gave up praying for me. And saying that when I came back from the prison, and they prayed for me that night, and mom still told me, God loves you, Emmanuel. And do you know the meaning of your name? The meaning of your name is that God is with you. And I said, I don't believe in Jesus. I don't believe in your God, because He cannot do anything with me and anything for me. I just know one thing, that I've come a long way and I cannot go back, because I cannot study now. I cannot do a government job. I cannot ever have a passport. I cannot travel. I cannot work. And nobody's going to marry me. My life is hopeless, so I don't want to live because I'm a criminal. Tell me whether there is hope for me. And my mom prayed for me, and she told me just one thing which was very powerful. Emmanuel, the state you are in right now is the consequence of your decisions that you took. Whatever you chose, but your future is not defined with your present. So what choices you make now will define your future. What has happened, I don't know what you've been to 27th July, but what you're going to do today is going to make a difference. And 28th July is my birthday. And 12 o'clock that night on my birthday, when I turned 21st, I said, Jesus, I don't want to continue my life like this. I want you to help me and change me. But still, I'm not promising you that I'm going to walk with you. But if you are for real, then first change my heart. Because I am a gone case, I'm rude, I'm aggressive, I'm abusive, I'm a horrible human being, and I have sinned against you, sinned against my parents, sinned against my family, and I'm in need of grace. And I have a good news for everybody who is right now listening to me online. If you are there, that if you think that you are messed up and you have no hope, and if you think that you are the worst sinner, and your deepest secret and your messed up issues are the dirtiest, I want to tell you that Jesus came for people like you. Not Jesus never came for saints. Jesus was not here for those who were saved and righteous. Jesus came for people like us, who screwed badly, who messed up, who were hated by the community, the righteous. He never came for the righteous. And I just want to tell you that God came for you and He loves you and He can still change your life. And that's how Jesus changed my life. In the month of July, that was the first intervention when I was getting prayed by my mother. My mother prayed for me. And in the month of August 21st, Brother Sheldon Mangera was in here, Lucknow, for the first time. And Brother Sheldon was leading intervention. He asked me to volunteer. Nobody used to talk to me. Nobody used to respect me. Nobody used to like me. But Brother Sheldon Bangera, who came in here, and with a constant prayer and guidance from my local youth pastor here. His name is Pastor Gibson Joy, and no matter how old I get, I would never forget his name because that is how much he is. That is kind of a role that he has played for me. Pastor Gibson Joy is also known as Jerry Bhaiya here in. Very patient guy. And he was somebody who encouraged me to rap too much. And he pushed me to rap. And he asked me to come to church and rap. And he knew that I have a gone case. But Sheldon Bhai came into Lucknow and came here and he told me that, yeah, yeah, sir, love you, man, love you. This guy is a rapper from Nagpur. He is very good. Yeah, and Sheldon Bhai came to me, and the kind of love and the kind of warmth that I had, that he was giving me, that was something fresh for me. Because I was used to people looking at me like a sinner. ये एक खराब इंसान है, ये एक बुरा आदमी है, ये एक क्रिमिनल है, ये एक आउटकास्ट है, ये एक फालतू इंसान है, मुझे इससे दूर रहना है, हमें इससे बात नहीं करनी है. लेकिन पहली बार in the first, I'm sorry, I just mixed up, I'm sorry, I speak in Hindi, but the
No,
first
no,
time when,
go for it. A lot of us cannot understand and speak Hindi and Urdu, so yeah,
right,
go for it.
and the first time when he came and he encouraged me and the way he received me, the way he hugged me, was special for me. I was like, dude, he's like a big guy. He was always very, he was still back then very famous here, and I was like, dude, he's a celebrity. Why would he talk to me like this? And he told me that why don't you train? Because that time I was into fitness big time, and he told me, bro, why don't you train me? Why don't you help me to work out? I'm here for a week. Help me to get into shape. And that was just one hack. That was just a trick to get hold of me because he knew that these guys are very talented, but they have no track, and he could sense that, and that's the way we became friends. And I was here with him, lifting his speakers, his guitar, his cables for the entire 1 week tour in Lucknow, entire 1 week, 2014, just like volunteers going after him. And the last day when he was leaving Lucknow, he prayed for all of us in the main church in Hazratganj, and while he was leaving, he cried. And he hugged me and he told me, I wish you could come with me to Allahabad, also the second city. We go right back. I go right back to Mahal, said, I need to leave with Sheldon Mangera right now. And mom and dad are like, suddenly, how come a man of God is giving him so much of preference? Okay, they were good. Go. They were so happy. For first time, he's going with someone who is a man of God. He's already here there. And the tour Allahabad ended 1 week, and then he told me, it will be great if you can join me for Dehradun also. And then we go to Dehradun also. And in Dehradun, a lot of controversial things happened. The Bible colleges were not allowing me to come inside because I was so famous from Lucknow to other cities also that they were not entertaining me. So he told me, what kind of Bible college is this that teaches you not to forgive sinners and not to give them a chance? If you're not letting them in, I'm not coming inside.
Wow.
And that's how he took a step for us. And he then so the but they still did not allow us. we were kept in a guest house close by, and he used to come every morning. He used to come from the morning to the evening. He used to
Yeah, go
serve there in
ahead.
the city. No problem. Serve there in the city, and at night time he used to come and minister to us. And that is how. Then he asked me to come to Bombay, and I started living with him. And it's just been 6 years, and the same criminals, same ratchet, same gone case, same loser. I would just say because people called me loser back then. Okay, same loser, same gone case, same reason of pain, disgrace, shame, and guilt to my family. Same black spot on the family. God has used him to bring a fresh wave of a new sound for a country where nobody was doing something like this. God has used him to go and give his word, give his good news in more than 100 cities. God has used him to minister more than 1 million kids in the last 2 to 3 years. And I've gone to more than 50 to 60 schools and colleges and testified the same testimony and shared about my same things. Hey, Abby is there. Abison, love to you, bro. Abison is from Dallas, right now in India, a missionary. Loves the Lord, awesome guy. I mean, just love his heart. So me, Rachel, and Abison. I'm sorry, Bev, I'm getting out of
No, no,
context.
it's
That day I
fine.
was
When
telling
you
you.
mentioned Rachel there, it's funny because my best friend is also Rachel and she's watching on YouTube right now. So hi to my Rachel as
Yeah.
well.
Right. So Abison, Rachel, I know that day I was telling you a song called Ma Ke Saman. Do you remember Ma
I
Ke
do
Saman?
remember, yeah.
I told you. So Rachel, me, and Abison, we wrote Ma Ke Saman together
Okay,
3 months
wow.
back. So it was a work. It was a songwriting workshop, a songwriting collaboration. It was happening, and me, Abison, and Rachel, we were all together in one room. And some other day, I would tell you the revelation that he had. Oh my God! And I was missing my mother that time. And Rachel prophesied that I can see God as your mother right now, taking care of your family. So you don't have to just give up. And Abison just took the picture of his mom outside in his phone, and he said, "I can see God like this taking care of us." And that's why wrote the song about the mother side of God. And I'm telling you, this is the first song ever written here in India, in the entire history of gospel music in India, a song which is based on the mother side of God, the motherly heart, the motherly love of God. And that song is powerful, and it's been 4 months, and I'm still tripping to it, and I'm still crying every time I put it in my devotion. So a shout out to both powerful men and women of God, Addison and Rachie. I really love you and we honor you, and thanks for coming here. God bless you, bro.
Awesome.
So
Well,
yeah,
yeah, there's so much to say on that, Emmanuel. So powerful. I mean, I love how you call him Sheldon Pie, so I'm going to do that too, Sheldon Pie. He saw you for who you are. He looked beneath the surface, and that's exactly what our Lord Jesus did. Like Peter, he was known for being, robust and like a bit of a big mouth, but the Lord saw the power in him and like his potential, and he said, this is a rock I'm going to build my church on. And
wow,
what you said about how it's a lot of young people, the struggle is really for identity and attention. And if we get that somewhere else, that's what we're going to be pulled towards. So just really to reiterate that, and that if you're watching here and like you've got little brothers or sisters, if you've got children, anyone you know that you can give that attention to and you can spend time with them and mentor them and tell them more about the Lord, do it, because it makes such a difference. And like those are the things that they really take away for the rest of their lives. That's what we take away. And that's even, I'm sure for you, especially, man, you're looking back, those were those significant times where the seed was really planted.
wow. And I really believe that God will personally never come down
Yeah.
and meet people in person.
Yeah.
He only uses people. And I think we as Christian youngsters, hey Prince, hey Karun, love to you, Karun. We're praying for you and the family. And God will never, so God will use people. And I think that it only needs just one thing for us as youngsters and for this new generation. And that thing is called, I think, the sensitivity of the Spirit.
Mm.
You need to be sensitive towards the Spirit. And when God is asking you to move and to talk to somebody, lay your hand to somebody, speak an encouraging word on somebody, give a hug to somebody, smile at somebody. Just don't say no to that. Just don't say, just obey the Spirit and do it. You never know what one smile from you can do.
Yeah.
You don't even know what one hug, a brotherly hug to a sister who is broken can do to her.
Yeah.
You never know what a hug to a man who is broken can do to you, can do to them. But we are so, in this generation, are so conscious about what people will think of us and how we can present ourselves better and how we can show that we are all perfect and we have gathered it all and we know all about us. I just think it's sometimes it's just good to put ourselves down when it's about giving Him the glory. Yeah,
Absolutely.
this doesn't have to be us always. We need to learn to make Him the center of attraction sometimes. I feel, yeah.
Cool. Absolutely, 100%. And thank you for shedding light on that, because, you know, we live in the era of social media. We're constantly being judged on our appearance and, you know, how things look rather than even how they might be necessarily. So it's so true that we have to put that aside. And at the end of the day, what does the Lord want? What does He think? What, you know, and the more that we start focusing on that, it turns our perspective around and it gives us courage. It gives us courage to do the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool. So what I want to do now is coming, you know, from the back of that really, and use a great message that is in your spoken word poem, Intezar. That is great, and that's something that we definitely need to share. So we're going to just watch that now. We're going to listen to Intezar. It's Emmanuel's spoken word poem, and the great thing is it's been translated into English as well, so you can follow along if you don't speak Hindi or Urdu, and it's just a wonderful...
Are we gonna play the whole thing?
Why not? Right?
Oh no! I think play a snippet.
Yeah. Well, I say we play the whole thing because, like, it needs to get out there, right? I know we're restrained of time, but we'll play it, and then maybe the songs we'll just play snippets of them. There are a couple more songs that I want to play, but I think Intezar definitely deserves it being played the whole way around.
Right, come on.
So we will arrange that now. And
love you, Rajok. Love you, Rachel. Lisa, hi. And it's set.
मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूँ, तुम्हें देखा नहीं अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूँ, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूँ। मुझे तुम्हें अपने फोन तक नहीं छुपाना, मुझे तुम्हें एक राज नहीं बनाना, मैं तुम्हें अपनी माँ से मिलाना चाहता हूँ कि रब ने उसके जैसा प्यार करने वाला एक और हीरा बनाया है और उन्हें इस करिश्मे से रूबरू कराना चाहता हूँ। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूँ, तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूँ, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूँ। अगर प्रभु मुझे अकेले चलना सिखा रहा है तो मैं चलता जाऊंगा, तुम्हारे जैसी दिखने वाली किसी लड़की से कभी दिल नहीं लगाऊंगा, चाहे तन्हा ये दिल मुझे कितना कमजोर करे, मैं हर रात सिर्फ तुम्हारे लिए घुटनों पे आंसू बहाऊंगा, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूं, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। मुझे झूठे कसम वादों और चोरी छिपी मुलाकातों का खेल नहीं खेलना, मुझे हमारे भाई बहनों और माँ बाप से झूठ बोलने का दर्द नहीं झेलना। जिसने बनाया है तुम्हें वही मुझे मिलाएगा तुमसे, और वो दिन पूरी दुनिया को है देखना, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूं, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। मुझे बिस्तर के ऊपर नहीं जाना, मुझे वाचा के नीचे आना है, मुझे तुम्हारे बीते कल और शरीर दोनों को नहीं जानना, तुम्हारा दिल जानना है। सिर्फ तुम्हारे साथ एक घर नहीं बसाना, पर तुमसे आने वाली पीढ़ी से इतिहास रचाना है, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूं, मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। अपने आप को साफ रख के तुम्हारा इंतजार करता जा रहा हूं। उम्र और अकेलेपन पे कोई करे सवाल तो जवाब देने से मुंह फिरा रहा हूं। मेरी नजर समय पे नहीं, समय के लेखक की ओर है। उसके किए हुए वादों पे ईमान लाके अपने कदम बढ़ाते जा रहा हूं। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूं। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। मैं हर दिन खुद पे काम कर रहा हूं कि बन जाऊं जिम्मेदार सही, और मुझ में वो सब कुछ नहीं जो तुम्हें चाहिए। शायद मैं तुम्हारा हकदार नहीं, पर हकदार तो हम जन्नत के भी नहीं थे। वो हमें उसकी रहमत और क्रूस से मिला है, और जैसी मोहब्बत उसने हमसे की, वैसा मुझे तुमसे प्यार करना है। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूं। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। जैसे आदम ने हवा का, अब्राहम ने सारा का, याकूब ने राहेल का, बोअज ने रूत का, और कलीसिया कर रही है यीशु का। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। तुम्हें देखा नहीं है अब तक, पर तुमसे प्यार कर रहा हूं। मैं तुम्हारा इंतजार कर रहा हूं। मैं तुम्हें चांद तारे लाके नहीं दे सकता, मैं तुम्हारे लिए ताजमहल नहीं बना सकता, पर जो कर सकता हूं वो सब करूंगा। और तुमसे कहूंगा, आज से लेकर अच्छे या बुरे समय में, अमीरी में, गरीबी में, बीमारी में व स्वास्थ्य में, मैं तुमसे जब तक मृत्यु हमें अलग ना कर दे, परमेश्वर की पवित्र व्यवस्था अनुसार प्रेम करूंगा। इसकी मैं तुम अपनी प्रिय से प्रतिज्ञा करता हूं। और उस दिन जब तुम मेरे सामने होगी, सारी नजरें हम पे होंगी, मेरी नजरें तुम पे होंगी। मैं तुम्हारी आंख में देखकर ये कहूंगा, मैंने तुम्हारा इंतजार किया था। तुम्हें देखा नहीं था, पर तुमसे ही प्यार किया था। मैंने तुम्हारा इंतजार किया था। तुम्हें देखा नहीं था, पर तुमसे ही प्यार किया था। मैंने तुम्हारा इंतजार किया था।
Yeah, guys, I know that Insta Live has a limit to it. So if we go over the hour, you can follow us on YouTube, on my YouTube channel there, Debbie Joseph on YouTube. Tag along there because there's still so many good things to talk about. Yeah, perfect. Great. Emmanuel, hats off to you. Thank you so much for bringing that awesome message that we all need to our generation. And thank you so much for the values that it highlights so well. And we know that when we do things God's way, it's always the best way. And the fruit and the reward of that is amazing.
Wow. Thank you so much. And I would just say one thing that God gives you grace. I think it's just God's grace on people that He loves, on people that He really cares for, and He gives them the strength to be vulnerable sometimes. And I feel that this was just not. This was our personal prayer. This was our personal prayer. One of my friends, his name is Sam Alex, and he encouraged me. He encouraged me, and he was the one to push me and to tell me that it's just not your personal prayer. This is every man's prayer. So, intizar that every man's prayer, the title came from him. And he said, just go for it. Say that it's every man's prayer. And you don't even know what you're talking about right now. Listening to you, now I have the courage to pray again for my marriage. I said, bro, are you serious? I was like, I was just saying it. I was just venting my emotions out. And that is how it happened. I just want to tell all the youngsters that you're not defined by somebody who loves you, or you're not defined by somebody who rejects you. You're not defined by the status of your relationship right now. Hey, Anubhav, love you. Hey, this is Sunle Dua guy. Anubhav, sing.
Yeah, hi Anubhav. We're going to play Sunle Dua in just a moment. Great job. Amazing vocals. And I'm sure so much more musically, but amazing vocals on the song.
Right. Anubhav and Shifa are coming this month with a big song, and I feel it's going to just shake the country, and it's going to be powerful. Coming back, I would just say you're not defined by the status of your relationship. You're single, or you are married, or you are in a relationship, you're dating, or you're a loner. People might be interested because people love gossip. People want something to talk about always.
Mm.
And they can never be happy, they can never be satisfied. But for God, the one who made you, the one who created you, the one who loves you, your status never matters. He's enough for you and He loves you. And your importance and your worth and your value and who you are can never be defined by somebody who will come into your life.
Mm.
And there is nothing called the one. And if you have gone through a breakup, if you have gone through a heartbreak, if you have gone through a cheating, or betrayal, or an abuse, or even a rape, let me tell you, there is hope for you, and God love is enough, first of all, to heal you, and He will heal you, He will complete you, He will restore you, and bring somebody who He has just made for you. And that when someone who is from Him will step into your life, He will sweep you away off your feet, and you would not be in pain ever again. You would never regret. Because God's timing and His word is above everything that's happening around you and in this world. That's the challenge. So make best of your singleness. Make best the time of your strength that you have. Make the best of the energy that you have in, rather than just venting your life for a person, or venting your life, or putting everything for just one person, messing it all around. Few days back, I heard news that a couple of 15, 16 years old ran away here close to my house. And what do you think? What future lies ahead for them?
Mm.
But I just want to tell you that the biggest love of your life, the biggest worth of your life is in Jesus, and He completes you. It's good to have urges. It's good to have desires. It's good to have longings. It's good to feel. Love is a beautiful feeling. I think it's the biggest feeling. But I think you should always wait for the right time. A marriage is a boundary you should honor. In a culture where everything is so sexually objectified and women are treated so in an objectifying manner, I would challenge Christian men to stand up and rise up and love, honor, and respect the women around you. This is how you can set an example. Not by protesting, not by using hashtags, not by tweeting on Twitter, but setting a difference by what you can do to honor women around you, honor girls around you, and the people that you have around you. Just do that. That's how you will show Christ to the world.
Absolutely. Wow. Thank you so much for that, Emmanuel. What you were talking about waiting for the right one and God's best for us. I had Wendy Griffith, who is a wonderful, wonderful lady. She's an anchor for CBN, the Christian Broadcasting Network in the States, and she's written a book. It's a great book. Highly recommend it to all our girls who are listening today, and to guys as well, because it's great for you to know how we think and how our hearts are, and it's called You Are a Prize to Be Won. And she talks about a really bad breakup that she went through, but how God really spoke to her in that, and how He is the one who loves us like no other. And when we remember, look, this is perfection Himself coming down for us. He fought to the death for you, literally fought to the death for you. When we place our identity in Him, we have the confidence to go through this life doing the amazing things He set for us to do. And also, it's so worthwhile. When we look at amazing love stories in the Bible, we always see that at that time they were busy doing the stuff that the Lord had already set for them. And that's when the right person came. That's when God's, like best for them came. So it's the same for us. You're quite right, Emmanuel. Like, don't lament over being lonely or single or anything like that. Go out and, spread His word and be that. Like, love is amazing, and you're right, you said that love is so powerful, but love is agape too. So go out and love your brothers and sisters, channel that love in an amazing way, and just see how God works, because He is amazing.
Beth, yeah, can you tell the name of the book, please? So
Yeah,
Pranali,
sure.
Pranjali is asking.
Yep, it's called You Are a Prize to Be Won. So You Are a Prize to Be Won, and it's by Wendy Griffith. What I'll do is, in the video description for YouTube, I'll put that in as well at the end, so you can find it there. Cool, great. So, Emmanuel, moving on from there, what I really want to talk about is Sun Le Dua, and we had Anundra commenting as well. So, I think it would be great for us to have a listen to that because it's so current. You were inspired to write it during this pandemic, and tell us a little bit more about the inspiration behind it.
Okay, how much time do we have left on Instagram? Okay,
We
right,
have
6 minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay, let me go fast. So, pandemic, I feel this lockdown is pushing the creativity even more outside of me. And I have worked on music, I worked on concepts that I've never touched, I have written on stuff that I've never wanted to write. And Intizar was written in the pandemic. And lockdown started, and we were in Bombay, and I was alone without my family, and that was the time I felt like I'm really lonely, man. Like you just can't share your life to everybody who listens to your music or loves your music or is just a fan or they're your listeners. You just can't go and tell out what you're actually backing. But I said, God, I really want to tell everybody what I'm feeling right now because I know that it's just not me alone here. There are thousands who are doing this. So that was the thing, which was in my mind. I was writing Intezar, but I think lockdown is a wonderful time where artists and people of God can get better in everything that you do. You can work, and I've tried it personally. I've tried to work on my music. I've tried to work on my writing, my lyrics, and I've tried to become a better reader at the same time. Because I think for all artists, or the writers, or rappers, you need to read a lot because what you read, it shows off what you read. Your depth, your intelligence, and how deep you write comes out when you're writing actually. So people are not dumb. People are not dumb. They know what is what and what is quality and what's not. And when you know the level outside the church is so high, and the industry is doing so good, and there are so beautiful writers outside, and the songs are some songs are very powerful. So at the same time, you need to keep we're doing it for the Lord, and our standard needs to be above everybody. Now, there should be nobody who can beat our standard. The church needs to be the standard, and the world needs to follow us. And for that, we need discipline and hard work. And I always say this: an artist or an entrepreneur, or even if you are a player, or even if you're into anything, your talent will never make you what you want to be. Your talent will never make you what you want to be, but your discipline will make you what you want to be. So, artists are not made by talent, artists are made by discipline. The number of times that you go back and you sit and you write and you do the same thing again and again and again and again, setting up a routine is very important for all the artists. And I think that is something that I personally mastered in the lockdown. And you can pursue fitness, you can pursue your health because that's very important. Your health as an artist is very important because the state of your mind is controlled by your health many a time. And people don't understand the value of proper nutrition, proper health, and proper sleep. That they were
30
telling me
seconds,
about
Emmanuel.
sleep. And it's very important. It's very important. And I'm feeling the difference, and I would encourage everybody to eat good, to exercise, not even exercise, just play any sport that you want to play, but just go and sweat out and do something and be active rather than just sitting on the phone and wasting your time. So Gustav will do something and it will push your creativity, I promise you. It will make you active, it will take your energy in something positive. So just go for a healthier lifestyle, spend time with the Lord. I think we are gone on Instagram.
Yeah, that's fine. So
Oh,
we're on YouTube. So yeah, so we have 30 seconds at that time, but that's okay. Carry on, Emmanuel. That's why everyone needs to come to YouTube now, all the more.
right. Right. So that's great, and I feel that this was done. That is something that I'm trying to master, and especially making sure that I am having a good portion of God's word every day and reading properly and having my time in prayer. And I know that God has been gracious, and I'm doing a good job. Still not where I want to be,
Yeah.
but I'm pursuing. I'm just trying my best. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's all our stories, right? We'll only hit perfection when we go to heaven, but that doesn't mean we can't keep striving for it and keep striving to better ourselves. And our Lord, he's just the best mentor and he's just the best coach because he's always working alongside us to, get us back on track and keep us going. And I loved your advice to artists there. So for those who maybe they feel like actually I do have quite a passion for for words, for writing, but maybe they haven't pursued it yet, or they're a bit hesitant because it's new to them. What's your advice apart from reading more? Is there anything else you would advise on that?
Advice to writers?
Those who want to pursue writing, it might be songwriting, it might be spoken word, or even motivational speaking.
Number one, I said, I want to tell you this one thing very clearly, that you sitting and thinking about it and regretting that you've not still started, it's never going to help you. What's going to help you is picking up a pen, picking up a paper, picking up your laptop and start writing. So you need to set a time where every day, no matter what happens in the world, even if the hell is breaking loose, you would take out time and go and write. And let me tell you one thing, people who wait for the best time and the best mood and the best season and the best feeling and the best hormones to be inside of them and thinking, okay, when that's the time I'm going to write, it's never going to happen. It's all about mastering the art of discipline, mastering the art of writing daily. Your writing should not be based on your mood swings. This is something that you need to do day and now. And let me tell you, your hard work will show up. No matter how good you write, once in a week, but a person who writes every day, well, at the end of the day, will go ahead, even if he is not that strong of a writer. Because hard work and patience always gets better than talent. So I want to keep it in mind that that's one thing that you need to promise yourself. Make up a morning hour, take up an evening time. Just go 45 minutes, 1 hour, half an hour. Promise yourself that you have to write every day. No matter happens what, I am going to write today. And I think journaling helps a lot. If you are journaling your life every day, I think it automatically helps you to become a good and a better writer. But reading, listening, and writing. If you do these three activities every day, within a matter of span, you will be noticed by people around you and in the city and even in the nation and even in the world outside. If you can read every day, write every day, and listen to somebody every day. Keep in mind, reading, writing, and listening. All three. Be it for 20 minutes each. Listen to a podcast for 20 minutes while you're walking, or while you're about read something. While you're getting up in the morning, write something. When you're sitting for a quiet time, after quiet time, write something. This 1 hour is very important. 20 minutes each. You can keep it at 20 minutes each. Reading, writing, and listening. And there is nothing that can stop you.
Awesome. So just taking the time to read, write, and listen every day makes the difference. And we know we reap what we sow, and there's no substitute for the work that goes behind it. So yeah, I like that a lot. And I like what you said, that even if it's like 20 minutes, great. It's little enough.
It's more than enough.
Perfect. Right. So we'll listen to Sunne Dua now. Should we play a snippet of it? Can we play the whole thing? How are you for time, Emmanuel?
No, whatever. I think if you play the small, it will save time. Okay. If you play the full song, I mean, it will take more time. And if you even show a snippet, people can just go and check it out. Right?
Yeah, perfect. So we're gonna.
If
it was up to me, we'd be playing all the songs all day long. So we're just gonna play a snippet, Emmanuel. Great, cool.
Oh, cool.
So here we are. We'll get this screen going. Okay.
Power on. Bluetooth mode. Device paired. Battery low.
पल पल घुट रहा हूँ जीने की कोई जीऊं कैसे ढूंढा हूँ अभी कोई राह नहीं तन्हा जिंदगी पल पल घुट रहा हूँ जीने की कोई चाह नहीं बेबौत हुई मैं जीऊं कैसे ढूंढा हूँ अभी कोई राह नहीं क्या कोई है जिसे मेरी फिक्र क्या कोई है जो समझे मेरा दर्द क्या कोई है जिसे मेरी फिक्र क्या कोई है जो समझे मेरा दर्द यीशुआ यीशुआ मेरे यीशुआ सुन ले दुआ
Cool. So yeah, Emmanuel's rap still has to come. So that's why you guys need to check out JAAGO. I will go ahead and put the link in the description once this is out as a video. You've got to check it out. It's great music there. And yeah, we're only getting started with that song because your rap comes in later as well. But just hats off to you guys. I've got to mention just the quality of that song and the production behind it. It's kind of Bollywood-esque, if I'm honest. It's really it's really amazing. I love the
I
storyline
think
going there as well.
let me break one secret to you.
Sure.
All of this was done inside my bedroom.
Wow.
Number one. Number two, the entire audio and the video was done within 72 hours.
Wow. That is amazing.
So yeah, that is I feel that is when you need to push, you need to be sensitive, and you need to know that when is the right time to do something, and you need to push yourself.
Yeah.
And I think, and when you cannot just get up one early morning, push yourself like this. But when you are consistent, and disciplined in your art and your commitment and your writing, your skills, in times like this, when there is crisis, that is the time where your patience shows up. That is the time where your power shows up. That is the time where your practice shows up. And then and these times, and you can achieve such things in 3 days and 2 days. So people were loving it. There was so much liking it. But I just want to tell, when I was telling them, you shout the entire. Well, it's a lockdown here. My entire colony is sealed, and we are in a we are in a red zone actually. We cannot step out of the house. But the entire thing was done inside the bedroom. Daniel, my younger brother, has a production house
Yeah.
of his own. So I said, okay, yeah, it's time to tap into my brother's business, man. Come on.
Awesome.
So we did this entire thing, and it was really powerful. And we got lots of testimonies coming for Sunle Dua, and especially the song which is coming this month, and Karu Tera Dhanyavad, is by Shifa and my brother and Anubhav. It's also very powerful, very powerful.
Awesome. Great. And where can we go, like, to check out more of your story and the others in JVC? Where's the best place that we can find you?
Others, I think you can follow JDC official on Instagram, and otherwise, what I will do is that I will personally post stories of all the members, and you guys can go on my Instagram, click at the link, and follow all of them.
Perfect.
So we are six in number. So it's me, my younger brother Daniel, who's like the main composer and the producer behind the music, and he's a beatboxer.
Yeah, we
And
might
then
have him
Shifa,
beatboxing a bit later, right?
right, we can try. I don't know where is he. Like I asked him also, but because I wanted his room empty, everyone is out,
Yeah.
so I'll have to maybe step out. Let's
Okay.
see. And then there is Shifa, my sister, she's a singer and rapper. Then is Sahita, my sister. She's a preacher, a motivational speaker, and a background singer at the same time. And then there's Sunny, who's the backing voice, so Sunny who's a choreographer. So we are six in number right now, and I will post stories on my Instagram, and you can just go and follow all of them and just stay updated with them.
Great. I will put that in the video description once this comes out as a video, definitely, guys. Go follow them, check out the wonderful work they're doing, the overall JAAGO team as well. It's just amazing music, and it's so current, which is what really draws me to it, because, you know, if all the other music out there can be fun, why can't the most wonderful and fun thing, you know, knowing our Lord Jesus, be about having fun at the same time as well? So absolutely. So Emmanuel, moving on then, obviously this song, you know, it was written during lockdown, a lot of the struggles at this time that so many are facing. And looking ahead then, what's interesting is there's another music video that I want to share, because a lot of our viewers, especially from Pakistan, are Punjabi, and it's great because it's got a Punjabi rap element to it as well, and some lyrics there. And I think it's wonderful because
Okay.
the song, so it's called Tera Intezar Hai, I believe, and it features Suraj, that's such an amazing story about discipleship, and Anubhav as well. So can you tell us more about how JAAGO and JBC is about, not just about sharing the good news, but discipleship as well? And can you tell us more great stories?
Right. So Suraj is one of the guys that Suraj is like my spiritual son, my younger brother, you can say, and God used us to get him more on the board and to push him, to encourage him, to disciple him, to work on his music, to spot his talent, and to encourage him every single day. And Suraj is there, Rajok is there, Rajok is from Gujarat, and Roshan is from Mumbai, and then I have then I have a guy called Moses who was living in Nagpur. Have you heard of Nagpur? No. Nagpur is in Maharashtra.
I've heard
Nagpur
of
is in Maharashtra
Maharashtra.
next. Okay, Nagpur is in Maharashtra next to Mumbai,
Yeah.
and he wanted to be a rapper, but he was battling drugs with time. So I meet him in this December, and right now he's staying with me in my house here in Lucknow. So Moses is with me, and there's a kid called Ansh that is staying with me. So the two boys were living with me already, and I'm teaching them and guiding them and mentoring them on day-to-day life. Out of all the guys that I'm mentoring, there are two of them who live with me. One is Moses and one is Ansh. Moses was battling drugs. He was a drug dealer, drug supplier,
Wow.
and God saved him, and now he is with me here with me, and he is in the next room. He's sitting, maybe he's seeing the live or something. But that's how I just feel that you need to reach out to people to help them. You just cannot help them like that. You need to reach out to them. You need to go to them, tell them that how precious they are. And let me tell you that your words are not enough.
No.
If your love was not in action, if I would have told Moses, I love you, but I can't do anything about you, you be in Nagpur and continue your life, he would have been dead by now by drug overdose.
Wow. Wow.
But we praying about it, talking to Sheldon Bhai, and bringing him from Nagpur to my house and making him live with me, and setting up a time for him, a discipline for him, a routine for him, and giving him a task and paying him and molding his life and disciplining everything that he's doing, teaching him from the word. That is how you shape youngsters. You need to walk with them. You need to walk every day with them. Because temptations, the flesh, the carnal body is so heavy on us who know Christ. Then what about those who don't know Jesus? So JAAGO specifically deals with three things. The three things are music, missions, and mentoring.
Awesome.
So 4 or 5 years back, we were mentored by Sheldon Bhai, and I think now it's time for us as a second line, to take it away, and that's what we are doing. So there are more than 21 rappers in India right now that I'm already mentoring, helping talking to them, keeping, and they're all very young. And the good news is that they're all 18, 19, 18, 19, 20, 18, 19, 20, and they are ya to as good as me or maybe better than me.
Wow, that's amazing.
And all of them are so talented. But in JAAGO, we keep this one thing that we don't promote and don't give a stage to youngsters who are just talented, but we believe that there should be character to back your anointing and your talent.
Absolutely.
So we train them, check on them, we hold them accountable for things, and when we see that they're ready and it's their season, we push them and we encourage them.
That's amazing. I love that model. I love that structure, and like, it's so amazing how your focus is really on mentorship as well. So not just music, but mission and mentorship, because it's so vital. You know, you get the good news, great, but we need that support and we need that encouragement. And I love how invested you guys are. Like, you literally take them to your house and have them live with you. And I'm sure there are quite a few of us, you know, who might feel, can I really do that? That's a lot to give, but like, that's what it takes. So thank you for inspiring us to give more.
If there was, if there was any doubt, I can just call them. They are in the next room. So that's not a problem. I'm just telling you that God, that is what Sheldon I did for us. And me with one of my friends who was a drug addict back then, 6 years back, who was into drugs, and right now he's a missionary in Turkey and serving the Lord there. His name is David Moses, and he's serving the Lord in Turkey right now. And in Cyprus, initially he was in Turkey, right now he's in Cyprus as a missionary. So when Sheldon Bhai called me, I was into gangs and fight, and he was battling drugs. So one drug addict and one criminal living with a newly married couple when your wife is 3 months pregnant. Not a safe idea, I feel. Nobody has got that much of love. And I think Anita D, Sheldon Bhai's wife, will never forgive us for that because we took all her time. All her time there. But she loved us like a mother. She took care of us. She was always there like a sister for us. And Sheldon Bhai has been a father. I think no matter what we do and what we speak can even match the level of what he has so invested into us. So words for short, I feel, yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Awesome. So we'll listen to the song now, Tera Intezar, and it features a lot of the folks that you mentioned earlier on, Suraj as well. He makes his rap entrance in there as well. So why I really want to show this and highlight is also to like pay a bit of a homage to our Punjabi viewers, but also to shed light on, okay, so, you know, we listen to Sun Le Dua, and it's talking about this sort of dark time that the world is in, but it's going to get better. By God's grace, it's going to get better, and looking at brighter days ahead, and really what JAAGO and JVC are all about, and that's mentorship as well, and the difference that makes. So we'll watch this now. Cool, I'm just gonna do a few techie things in the background here, and we're good to go. And there's Emmanuel. We'll try to move Emmanuel. Can we do that? Yes, we can. Here we go.
No problem.
साके लई गई जा तेरी तकदा सी मैं राह तेरी साके लई गई जा तेरी तकदा सी मैं राह तेरी तेरे बिना आजकल हुंदा नहीं सबेरा मेरा तेरे बिना लगे मुझे न अकेले जमाना ओ मेरे यीशु तू जल्दी वापस आना तेरे बिना आजकल सुना है ठिकाना ये देख अपने लोगों को तू एक बार बस तेरी ही वजह से बैठ चुप जान अब करे ना है क्या बस तेरे ते उम्मीद मेरी राजधानी माने मेरा घुटता है दम मेरा पापी जमाने में जल्दी से तू वापस ले जा मुझको यीशु अपने ठिकाने पे अब रहना है तेरे साथ सुन ले तू यीशु मेरी ये आखिरी फरियाद साथ रही गई जा तेरी तकदा सी मैं राह तेरी ते उम्मीद मेरी पूरा है मुझे विश्वास कर सकता नहीं कुछ भी कहता तुझे धन्यवाद जद करदा सी मैं तेरी वो क्रूस वाली बात याद आँखां च अथरू बहे सारी सारी रात यीशु तेरे अनुग्रह से अधूरे सारे पाप उड़ दित्ती है गवाही मेरी पूरी जिंदगी च उनकी बेकाना यकी इस नकेली जमाने दा जिते गुंडी मारगन बेईमानी धोखेबाजी देख वो मैं सरे आम देख किए बुरे काम लगता है मानो सारे हो जाने बर्बाद ये छेती छेती वापस आजा निभाना तू वादा अपना जो तूने बांधी वादा मुझसे उसको दोहराजा सुनी पड़ी वो गलियां सुनी पड़ी वो राहें.
Cool. So we'll just I think we'll end it there, guys. For the whole song, you can check it out on the YouTube channel there that I'm going to provide the link for JAAGO. I'm just trying to get us back. Here we are. Perfect. Great. So guys, for the whole song, you've got to go check out JAAGO Music, subscribe to the channel, and you know you can view the whole thing there. But yeah, we'll keep it to a snippet because otherwise I think we'll be here for a very long time, right, Emmanuel? Awesome. So, Emmanuel, something that I really like asking all our guests who come on Lockdown Lowdown really is about what your advice is for us during this time. I know that things are becoming more relaxed in terms of the lockdown, but still not everywhere. So I know that you spent this time investing a lot in yourself. A lot of folks have been commenting on how good you're looking and how you got back into the fitness. So tell us a little bit more about that and what your advice is to us as lockdown starts becoming more relaxed.
I would just say that you need to keep this one thing in mind constantly, that you need to have a fixed focus towards your target. And people who don't make targets sometimes, I feel, tend to lose focus. I'm sorry if you're not a target-driven person, if I'm offending you. I'm really sorry, anybody listening to me out there. But you need to have targets. You need to have to-dos. If you don't have if you don't have a plan for the next day that you want to wake up and what you want to do, you would just waste your time on maybe Instagram and Netflix or anything that was not in your plan at all. So I just want to tell you that make sure that your days are planned, make sure that your week is planned, and I know that all of us cannot always reach what we have planned. At least to plan and to pursue that on a consistent basis will make you again disciplined. So I would just say, even if lockdown is getting relaxed, make sure that the outside life, the friends and the parties and hanging out and outside food does not get on you too much. And we understand the value of health, and we understand the value of family, and we understand the value of conversations, we understand the value of our loved ones. Because before this lockdown, we had
That's okay, no worries. There we go. Keeping it real. We're just keeping it real, right? Awesome. You're back. You're back. Yeah.
I'm back? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just keep yourself focused. And I think before the lockdown, people were not worried about families and their conversation and their parents and their cousins and siblings, because they were so engrossed with the job, with their friend circle, with the job circle, with their lives and social, and we were so caught up, we had no time. It's the same went with the same happened with Lord sometimes. Same happened for the church. Now people understand the value of church. People understand the value of a community. People understand the value of true friendship. Because now everyone's lost it. So even if the lockdown gets relaxed, I would encourage everybody to keep valuing things you've been valuing in the lockdown. Keep investing on those things that you've been investing in the lockdown. And that's going to make you just a better human being and a better person. Yeah. And you would just glorify God with your life. Yeah.
Awesome. That's really sound advice. So thank you for that, Emmanuel. Great. You touched on some new music that's dropping. Let's just recap on that and then we'll close.
Sorry, come again, please?
Yeah, no worries. So you mentioned some new music that will be coming out shortly. If you can just tell us about that again in closing and anything else you'd like to mention, and then I think we'll wrap it up for today.
Right, right. So a lot of new music is coming. I have good news that if you love Christian rap, then you need to be happy because we're about to take over from India. It's time for India. It's India on the map now, and we're about to take over. Christian rap in Hindi in India is the new wave, and you better please pray for us and support us because we are about to take over. And a lot of new music is coming this year. More than 7 to 8 music videos lined up
Wow.
for this year. July, December, we have 8 music videos lined up. We have a JAAGO Music Collective album coming out, in
Awesome.
which all the artists that are signed up in JAAGO Music are coming on the same album in every song. So Sheldon Bhai, Sheldon Mangera, Selvam Nada Murugan, Prince Robinson, me, the JBC, and our crew, all of us are coming for a collective album this year. This is the news that I was not supposed to maybe
Oh,
speak
we got an
also.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Woo! Good stuff. That's
So
amazing.
Java
I'm so looking
Collective,
forward to that.
Java Collective album is coming this year, and there's some collabs happening for us, for me especially, with some big Persian artists here in India. And I don't know how many of you have heard of this band called Yeshua. You've heard of Yeshua Ministries,
Yeah.
Cameron Mendes. Yeah. So me and Cameron Bhaiya, we're planning to come with a collab this year, and it's going to be big. Let me tell you, it's going to be massive. I don't want to give details too much,
Yeah.
but the nation is in for a treat. The nation is in for a treat. Because
Absolutely.
Cameron Bhaiya is a legend, and we grew up listening to him,
Awesome.
and they are pretty big. And so us coming together was a big miracle, and personally a big encouragement for me.
Yeah.
And it's helping me to have links even with the industry.
Yeah.
And artists who are signed up to Sony Music, artists who are signed up to T Series, and big artists. God is helping me to bridge with them, to talk to them, have relationship with them, pray for them, and share the gospel. And you never know, anything big can happen anytime. I just don't want to give too much
Yeah, no
out before the
problem.
right time. Yeah.
Absolutely. And speaking of,
So
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I'm saying is don't be surprised if you catch me out with a big name from the industry, from the Bollywood or from a secular scene. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But with that, I think the light is back. So at the same time, I just want to say that I am writing music to glorify Jesus,
Hmm.
uh, and I will write music to glorify Jesus till my last breath.
Wow.
Because there is no other agenda, there's no other purpose. If I started this for him because he gave me a reason to live.
Hmm.
So I don't have any other topic to talk about. How can you not write about the person who gave you a reason to live, who gave you a hope to live, who gave you a new life? I cannot talk about love. I cannot talk about girls. I cannot talk about money mayhem mother. I cannot do this. I
Yeah.
can talk about my real life. I think hip hop is always about keeping it real.
Hmm.
Rap is always about keeping it real. And hip hop was never made to impress people. It was made to express. So I believe when there is a change in your heart, you give your life to the Lord, there's a change in your perspective. And the change in your perspective makes you effective, and that is what shapes your music. And that has been happening with me. And it's going to happen this year. So people are in for a treat this year. I just want to tell you.
Awesome. So looking forward to it and really appreciate the exclusive on that as well. Thanks so much, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, you've been so generous with your time today and sharing your talents and your skills. It was wonderful, watching the videos and for those who might not be so familiar with JVC, that was a great introduction as well. So awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. Thanks again to Emmanuel, our special guest for today. Take care. Goodbye for now, and God bless.
God bless you there. Take care. God bless you.